JARA Bliss. Welcome to JARA Garden. We're in the heat of the sun today, and we'll be talking about our door frame, construction, how it was put together, how we've done the foundation, how we're setting it into our JARA walls, adobe, clay, or cob walls, some tips and tricks, and some challenges we're facing. So this is the door frame. Because the sun is so hot, I have the camera back in the shade so my phone doesn't overheat. So I'll zoom in. Zoom. You can see closer. And I'll bring you up in the video so you can see it up close. And then we'll do a short tour of the garden later on, because more things have been planted, as always. This is our door frame. It's mahogany wood. The great thing about Ghana and a lot of Africa is there are natural hardwoods here. So woods that normally would be very expensive in other places like Europe or America, much cheaper here. And they're very strong, very good, resistant to termites, and they do good in the weather. So our frame here, we ordered this from a carpenter. This carpenter was located in Ghana, which is in a village close to Takoradi. When you're driving through a village, sometimes you'll see the wares sitting outside where people are selling, and oftentimes you'll see doors, and you can go up and inspect them. Our door from the carpenter was 700 cedis, and then the framing around it, which is this, was 500, and that includes the timber. Right now the conversion rate is about 1 US to 10 cedis. I do think you can get a better price if you have someone from the area go. I had to go myself on this trip, and if they see you're a foreigner or you can't speak the language, they might up the price a bit. But it's still a really good price for a hardwood door. So they've done the frame. We sealed the door. We bought a bottle of termite solution treatment that you dilute in water, and you kind of paint that on the dry wood so it soaks it up. And then we also sealed it with a UV clear coat paint. Now when we originally sealing, I wanted to go with a varnish, because from my knowledge at the time, varnish is superior. And then in tropical climates, you want to protect the wood from the sun, all these things. So my wife actually went to town and she searched all over. She could not find varnish. Now this was in Ghana. You'll probably have better luck if you're in a bigger city like Takoradi or Accra. But for smaller villages or market towns, the consensus is a type of UV clear coat paint. And we also got a paint thinner, and we mixed that with the clear coat, put that on, and then we did a second coat. So it's a layer of termite treatment into the dry wood, then small amount of paint thinner and clear coat, and then a final coat of clear coat. Now, it actually looks great to me, and I'm sure the reason they use it so much in Ghana is it's actually better than the varnish, especially for the tropical sun and the rain. So if you're looking for something, don't get too upset that you can't find the specific thing. What the people use here, they use for a reason. So really look into it and see, is this actually better or worse? And in this case, the UV paint is better for this tropical environment. We need the C2. It's got to deal with some salt water. And I just wanted to protect the frame and the door until we install it. You'll see a lot of the frame will be set into the clay wall, so really the only exposed portions will be on the inside of the door, the back side, and the top. We went ahead and painted it. Anyways, what it's sitting on is a limestone foundation. It's pretty thin. That's on top of our already rock mortar foundation, which you can look at in our previous video. And we also, you can't see it too close because they're covered by clay, but here's one that is exposed. We have some short hardwood scrap pieces with nails in them. And we have two on each side, one here, one there, one there. And those are kind of locking it into the clay. Not only will it be encased on a number of sides, it'll have these two locking things. So keep the frame rigid and from moving. One challenge we have is the frame is on the back half of the wall. So if you think of the front of the clay wall, it ends about here. So I hammered on this side, the supports going into the clay wall. And when I was hammering, see if I can explain this, it tilted the top of the frame slightly. So when checking with the bubble level, horizontally, we're good and we're level. But kind of straight forward and back, it's tilted a bit this way. So our solution, before we put the top of the clay walls on, because that will kind of lock the frame in, chisel out the clay in the front here. I'll remove the nails in the supports, and that'll let us readjust the frame. I have some hardwood scrap pieces. You can see this angle here. I'm making wedges. So I'll put them at the base of the frame, and me and the wife will wedge it until the straight and back is perfectly level again. And then we'll come in with a cement mixture. We'll add in some sand and gravel and a bit of clay so that it binds better to our earthen floors. And that will lock the wedges in the frame in the ground. Once that's set, I'll nail back in these supports, clay it up, make sure everything's level, and then we'll lay the top. We're also going to put a lintel over the top because clay will shrink over time and it's very heavy. So I don't want, even though this wood's very strong, we don't want it to bow the frame potentially until the house settles a bit more. So we'll use an extra piece of hardwood as a lintel spanning across, set into the clay. And we'll put a bit of straw here so that it has room to bow and flex while the house settles. Then once everything's kind of sealed and settled, we can come in and fill that in with silicone sealant or more clay and cover the gap. And that's it. The door is sitting at the house we're staying right now. So we'll bring that in probably once the roof is done, so it's protected more from the water. But it's exciting. We're moving along, and after so much planning and discussion, it's good to be talking about an actual door and a frame and how to adjust it and move it in. And the best thing about a clay home is it's easily fixable, repairable. You can add to it or take out parts you don't want. It's very forgiving if you just give it some time. All right. Now, let's check out some new papayas for the garden tour. And I can get out of this direct sunlight. I'm going to be glistening on camera. Oh, the sun is shining. All right, so at the site, you can see an update on one of our guavas. Growing strong, and some more Jamaican morning flower here. This is our mixing stations. Hers and his. I also wanted to show this on camera. Our little alcove rest area. This is just some scrap wood on some stone piles, making use of the natural shade from the palm trees. We got our fire pit of our tools. Part of this series is kind of a video diary, so I can show my kids in the future and the grandkids and just kind of relive the progress. Because so much work has been done, and sometimes it's good to go back to see how things were before, in the origin, see how far you've come. Let's check on the papaya. You can see our pineapples growing well. Soursop in there. Pineapples all over now, all getting ready. And I'll also show this coconut seedling is Siamese or twins. They normally only have one shoot here. You can see there's an extra shoot, almost looks like 3 are coming out. So this one is very special. I've never seen a coconut grow like that. Keep a close eye on it. Thorns here. Another one of our coconuts going. Here's a baby papaya, or pawpaw as they say here. This cassava. We're in rainy season now, so very nice. Don't have to water too much just to get them going. And pawpaws, they like rocky soil, so make sure you add a lot of rocks, good drainage, and a lot of sun. They don't like to sit in water too long. And they really love hills for that reason, so the water doesn't sit, it kind of drains through. God bless Papa. Got a notification my device is overheating. Tells you how hot it is. There's also a case on my phone. I should probably take that off before recording. It would help the heat problem. But then if you drop the phone, I feel like the second you take a case off is when you end up dropping the phone, and then you're like, man, why did I take the case off the phone? So let's just get in some shade. Avocado. And I'll show some palm fruit in the wild. Come get this today. When it's falling like that, the reddish color, that's when it's ready. You take a machete and kind of cut the branches near the base, and there'll be a stalk that the fruit's connected to. You chop that, and then the whole thing falls. You can make palm nut soup and palm oil. If you look up palm oil, it's used almost everything. We have our orange tree, pineapple, and in the central hill in the property, I started to clear some things. We have another coconut here. And our second pawpaw that was planted a few days ago already has a new leaf. Also give any seedling a rock because it really helps keep the soil cool underneath and helps with drainage and adds minerals. Well, my phone is surviving. Should take it out of the heat soon. Thank you for watching. Many more videos to come. I am still uploading the kind of mini music videos as well. Here's another guava. This is like the biggest so far. It's really grown. The soursop. Yeah, next video will be a mini music video. And then JARA garden after that. As far as progress, the house is a lot of work. And I prefer to focus on my days working on the home rather than filming. I am going to set up a time lapse so that you can see the amount of work we're doing every day and have it in posterity for a video diary. So just know on the channel we're much further along than the channel may look. If I try and do videos every day or every week, I found I tend to not get things done on the home because I'm so focused on filming. So my focus now is just work on the home, work on the home. When a thing is done or near done, then make a quick video about it, show the progress. That has been working the best for me. But yeah, enough of my rambling. We'll follow this butterfly. And I wish you a blessed day. JARA bless.